so cold out here. Welcome back, guys, to Chasing Biggins. I'm Brandy, and thank you for hanging out with me today. We are talking Monsterbass box. Is it worth it? Is it as good or better than Mystery Tackle box? I'm gonna let you guys decide, but let's get into it. There were 8 lures in this box. I mean, not to compare with the Mystery Tackle box that gave me 6. I like 8. All right, let's get into it. So like always, in your box, you're gonna get this really awesome piece of paper that you can play with. All right, first up, we have the Raikka Outdoors Crankbait. I'll pull it out of the box for you guys. Check this out. It is probably the coolest color for a crankbait I've ever seen. Look at that. It looks like a freaking craw. This is a square bill. It runs 3 to 5 feet. That translucent color though, ooh, juicy, so pretty. All right, so chilly guys out here that I have my shit kicker boots on, as we like to call them up north. So next up, we have the Catch Outdoors Zero Gravity Underspin. This is perfect for those paddle tail swim baits. And I have a lot of those. This is a bluegill color, which are great for the bass that we have up here in the Pacific Northwest region. So that's gonna be good. Next, we have the Bama Baits Alabama Slammer. This is a jerk bait with a little feather on the back. You guys can see that. This runs a depth of 1 to 2 meters. If you guys know how many feet that is, leave it in the comments. It's just a nice jerk bait. Get that rattle. What do you guys think? I think it's good. Right, guys, next up we have the Lunker Candy LC55. 55 relating to millimeters long, and it is 10 grams. And the color is a bluegill color. Let you guys get a close-up on those colors. A nice lipless crankbait, which would be great this time of year. Just yo-yo it on the bottom. So just a little guy. This is probably the smallest lipless crankbait that I have. So I kind of like that it's more finesse, a lot smaller. All right, moving on to our 5th lure in this box. We got a Strike King Perfect Plastics. This is a Ned Ocho. Oh, I've been waiting for someone to give me some Ned baits in these boxes. This color is Moon Juice. That is pretty. So I've never used Strike King's Ned baits. Let me know down in the comments below if you've ever used them. I usually just use Z-Mans, but these look pretty good. They don't have that super stretchiness as the Z-Man Neds, but that color, it's hard to pass up. So I'm excited to use these on the water. Next up we have Big Bites Baits BB Kicker. Those things are huge. I'll pull these guys out for you guys. This is also a bluegill color. Lots of gold in here. A little bit of that mustard yellow. We got some pretty sweet looking eyes on this one. Comparing the Big Bites baits with the swim bait I got in my mystery tackle box, this one is a lot bigger, a lot more chunky, little harder plastic. So I think it's just gonna depend on what I want to fish, where I'm gonna fish. I think maybe the bigger bait might get me a bigger bite, but if it's a slower day, I'm gonna want maybe a smaller profile. So I don't know, guys. What do you think? Next up, we have the Yum Dingers. If you guys haven't used these itty bitty Senkos, you should check them out. I have used a green pumpkin version of this. I wacky rig them all the time. I'll even drop shot wacky rig. Tons of bites. So the color of these is Ghillie Suit. Has blue, green, and gold flake in that green pumpkin. Yeah, these are nice. Last but not least, we got some spear point hooks. So these hooks are awesome because the technology of that V is that when that fish gets stuck by this hook, it'll go into that V and it'll be a lot harder to shake off that hook, increasing your chances of getting that fish into the boat, landing that fish, getting that PB. So I'm pretty excited about these 1/0 hooks. Finally, we have some extra little tidbits in our box. We have a $10 cash card to these Detour Sunglasses Company. That's pretty cool. And then, like always, we get a pretty cool sticker. This month's sticker is a pretty big one. So I'm gonna have to find a pretty sweet spot for that. All right, guys, your chance. Decide what box you think is better. I like the fact that the Monsterbass box lets me have lures that are good around my region, that are tested by some of their field people. But Mystery Tackle Box has a lot of lures and brands that I like as well. It's hard to choose which box you like the best. This month, I like the Monsterbass box. Last month, I kind of like the Mystery Tackle Box. So if you are getting into fishing, I highly recommend getting a subscription box just to get started. This one allows you to pick what region of the country you live in and gives you baits that are good around that region. This one, you might get the same baits as someone in Florida, which might be nice, but I don't catch shad all the time, so I don't want those shad colors. You guys decide. Thank you so much for watching. Join that fishing community with me by subscribing, liking, commenting. This is Chasing Biggins, and I'll see you next time.